And so why do 3 leases at once?
Honestly, because I probably have a screw loose. I don't.
Yeah.
You know what it is they're all really good opportunities. So it's tough for me not to like. They're all different. So I'll have 3 different brands going as well. So it's not all going to be the same thing. Originally, I was the idea was to just go only nomads, and I was just going to scale that. Now I've got 2 other concepts: Nacho Bar and Bonsai. Nacho Bar is like a dive bar. Bonsai is like a Japanese fusion place. That we're trying to put out there as well. And the timing, the people that I have are great. So just the timing worked really well. So,
Okay. So would you be launching those and then sort of separating them and wanting to sell that off later, like sell off that brand separately, or keep it and sell off nomads, or how would you structure that?
what I'm hoping to do is sell everything eventually.
Okay.
What I'm thinking to do is if you look at like someone like Cara or Surcorp, they have 3 or 4 or more brands, obviously. And, if I can build this many of them, I'll just dump the whole load probably in like 7 or 8 years when I hit around 40, 41.
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably keep a few places, like unique places that we'll build along the way that it may maybe be like a clubhouse kind of idea, because I like the business and I know it well. It's just, honestly, there's so many moving parts. You're no matter what's going on, like it's interesting. I'm in an interesting phase right now because the market's really down because the hike in minimum wage. So that's actually why I'm moving so quick, because the hike in minimum wage hit. It's hurting so many restaurants. The number of restaurants that are going to close this year is like 25% in Ontario. That's an alarming number. So
what's the minimum wage at currently? I don't keep
14. No, it's 14. I know it's $14.
Okay.
So for me, so it's one of those things where it went up 21% though. So the challenge is that was the hard thing. So it's not so much about what it is as much as how much it went up. So that was kind of the case. And then for me, it was also because where we sell a final product. So you have to deal with distributors, wholesalers, and all these other things. So our hard costs end up going up by 9%. So if you make 10% as a business owner, now you make 1. So your thought process would be, oh, well, I'll just increase my prices. Problem is the rest of the market didn't do that. Too many small businesses aren't going to feel it until their fiscal end. They won't really realize what's happening until it's too late. And because they're not making that adjustment, you also can't price yourself out of the market. So the strategy is make some small adjustments, kind of eat your profit margins for the next couple of years. But as everybody's closing, for the next 2 years, leasing a restaurant will be at the lowest cost for the next 20, unless some real shit hits the fan. But I mean, based on how trends go. And then also like buying chattels, refrigerators, kitchen stuff, just anything, you can buy it for 10 to 20 cents on the dollar. So that's why for me, it's like when you know your market well and you're like financially capable of doing it, you just move as quick as you can, because in the next 3 to 4 years, you're going to come out on top.
Okay.
So that's the play.
And what's the most profitable thing that you sell in the restaurants? I mean, I assume you got your liquor license going and everything. Is that the highest margin item, like the biggest ticket item? What do you want for people buying the most?
You know what, honestly, the way you build it, it's kind of, you try to equal out your cost so that your food cost is like 30 or less and your liquor cost is 30 or less. So certain things like your rail liquor, you're going to make a little more money on, and draft, you're going to lose a little bit of money. Like not lose it, but you're going to make, your margins aren't quite as good. So it kind of balances out. I mean, it's nice that we do late night. So we're lucky, like probably 5 nights a week, we have a really good late night crowd from 11 to 2. So that helps, because the thing is that the reality with that is it takes a lot less work to prepare a beer. Just take the top off and serve it to someone. So your employment cost is way lower. So you're better off selling booze just for that purpose alone. Otherwise, the big thing with them is you want to sell the experience, because it's not, I don't need someone to come in and be like, oh, good. If they buy 10 of these one things, I want them to come in and love it so that they come back all the time. That's where the real value is. It's not so much in what they're buying, because you balance it out. It evens out for you.
Are you running any incentive contests, anything like that, where they get in there, they make a purchase, they post it on their Instagram, post it on the social media, they get a 10% off coupon, anything like that? Share it with a friend, get a discount, draw more people in, all sorts of stuff.
Not right now. I do like that. We had that idea at Danforth, but at Poor Credit, it's just been so crazy. We just haven't bothered. We are going to be doing stuff like that, I think. So we're opening up this new place called Nacho Bar. It's like I said, it was sort of our West Coast dive idea. For that, we're really, really getting big on social. So for me, I think it's super imperative that we are all over everything when it comes to social media. So when like that kind of stuff, we'll be crazy with it. We were thinking of some things with the Nomads hat, because like we have the logo with the O and the line over it, and because Nomads Traveler, running a contest about people taking photos with their Nomads hats on different parts of the world. But again, like it's interesting, but it's sort of like kitschy versus driving sales, right? One of the hardest things to do, honestly, in restaurants right now is driving sales from social media into your store. Like we've had big influencers come in. We've had guys with a couple 100,000 followers that are just food based. And, you put up a video, it gets like 70,000 views, but you get like 3 people walk in.
Right.
It just doesn't seem to translate. I don't understand. It's an interesting problem to have. Like you really have to focus in your local area for your restaurants. I find more than anything. One of the things we did at Danforth that worked well was like actually door-to-door mailers, believe it or not. Just more like old grassroots kind of marketing was more effective.